Whatever SC viewers, this is satellite media. Mr. Chinedu Michael, let us look at Nigerian political landscape because currently, as we speak, the North are already beaming their searchlight on Goodluck Jonathan, who perhaps they see as a better option compared to the current president, Senator Ebele. And some people are saying that yes, this is the time of the Igbos. And don't forget that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was regarded as an Igbo man when he was the president. Does it mean giving the presidency to an Igbo when you give it to Jonathan?
No, if you look at by the reason of the geopolitical zones and by the calculation of the zoning arrangement, you know, even though it can be agreed that Jonathan comes from the eastern part of the country, from the eastern region, but because of the geopolitical zone, you cannot say outrightly that Jonathan presidency is for the Igbos. That I would not agree with that. You know, we are talking about southeast, an Igbo man of southeast extraction, You know, unless that is being done, we will not see it from that angle. But if you look at the entire eastern region, old eastern region, you know, if you say that Jonathan is likely the face, because we have to make it very clearly, because this is any moment from now, from next year, we are going to be entering another phase, you know, of politics in Nigeria, and we can see that there has been underground move in that regard. So Jonathan is not accurately an Igbo man in question, based on the geopolitical zones we are running and based on rotational understanding of between the north and the south. So nobody can come out and tell you that Jonathan is an Igbo man, that Jonathan is representing Igbo presidency. No, nobody will buy into that. But the fact is that remains that unless we see somebody from the eastern part of the country as it stands now, an Igbo man from eastern Nigeria, from eastern, yes, southeast Nigeria, geopolitical zone, an Igbo man, imagine, like somebody, for instance, let me just use P2B, imagine at that, you can see what they are playing now, you know, they have started again, but a lot of people are saying that Jonathan should come out and take a particular position currently now, because we don't know whether Jonathan is still in PDP or in APC, but the fact remains that the North want to use this opportunity again to manipulate the sensibility of the South. And if care is not taken, the South will always fall to that. But the only thing there is that Jonathan should not be in a position, you know, to decide whether he's going to fly the flag that's already been waved in his presence by the Northerners. If he do that, that means Jonathan does not respect, you know, the trust that Nigerians have already given him in the past.
I asked this question directly with Chinedu. Is Jonathan an Igbo man?
Jonathan is an, when he say Igbo, you are making it look as if that there's no colony.
I'm not talking about Biafra.
I'm coming. Jonathan, if you say Igbo generally, Eastern region, it's not only Igbo that's in the region.
I'm not talking about Biafra. Yes. I'm talking about Igbo. Is Jonathan an Igbo man?
Jonathan is an Igbo man.
So what is wrong with Jonathan representing the Igbo church?
Good. Go and ask them how come they are able to divide the Eastern region into two political zones. And on that process, Jonathan fell on the other side of the geopolitical zone called South-South. So if no, bro, let me come in. You cannot. I will take you. You understand? Then, if you look at it from the other way, the Igbo is the umbrella name that houses all the ethnic nationalities within that region. So I am correct to say that Jonathan is an Igbo man, but based on the political calculation of the Nigerian atmosphere, I can say that Jonathan belongs to the South-South, and a German from the old eastern part of the country. So Jonathan coming out, or the now speculating that they want to bring Jonathan from the back door to do this, to do that, they are trying to still repeat the same manipulation they have always used against the South. Remember, these are the people that came out and told the whole world that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of today is the most qualified, the best, so whatsoever. And the same note fell for it. Now, few months after, they came out and told the whole world now that they voted religion instead of competence. The consequences of that is what we are facing today. And it has become very significant in the North that they are the only one biting sand. Tinubu's administration has created more poverty in the North than even in the South. Forgetting that what they are facing there in the North, we are also facing it here in the South. So what makes their own different? That they started thinking of bringing Jonathan back to power instead of saying okay. But remember what they said that they are not going to move the power to, they are not going to campaign for a northern president. They are still going to campaign for a southern president, but that Jonathan Tinubu will only do one term. Then another person from the southern part of the country will now emerge as the president. But constitutionally, according to the Constitution of Nigeria, it does not allow a president to take oath of office twice. I don't know how they tend to legalize that at the end of the day. Maybe they are going to sponsor, you know, an amendment. Yes, maybe they are going to sponsor an amendment, you know, that will accommodate that at the end of the day. But from what they are putting before, they felt that Jonathan is someone they can manipulate. Jonathan is someone they have tested and trusted. Jonathan is going to protect northern interest, as if Tinubu is not protecting northern interest. Even though we know that, you know, most of Tinubu's appointments, including the recent CGN, all are Yorubas. Most of them are Yorubas, and the North is seeing it as a major threat. Why? Forgetting that Buhari too did the same thing, and they didn't complain. You see why I told you that the southern Nigeria is very funny when it comes to you know, how to checkmate the northern excesses politically. They are very funny.
Let me say very
no, I've not finished. I wanted to clear more things, but if you feel that it's okay, but it's okay. I wanted to add one or two things here, you know, in respect of Jonathan himself, you know, and the consequences of defeating Jonathan at the end of the day. Because certain things will work against Jonathan at the end of the day. Because those things that work against Jonathan is in the entire, if Jonathan make any move, he's not going to get any vote from the entire South, South and Southeast. So he will automatically be a failure. The only candidate that can fly a southern flag with a northern vice is Obi Saraki will fly. Peter Obi Saraki 2027, I think if the North considers that, not based on to see how Nigeria can revive from this backwardness.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu. I want to do one more.